Hello, everyone, and welcome to Snap Take. This is Glazer of Snap Judgments, and today we're doing some more Grand Arena decks. I know, Grand Arena's been out, but we got to find cool things to do because we have a lot of grinding to do in that mode, right? And if we've got all that grinding to do in Grand Arena, then we need a bunch of really fun decks. Well, our friend Roram, the winner of the second Golden Gauntlet tournament, yes, with Arishem, yes, this is just a big dumb idiots deck, but he found a way to do that idiots deck that so many people have been seeing and so many people have been playing with Doom with Thing for Steps. And that's a really cool place to be because this is a really cool card, this is a really fun list, and it puts up some serious points and power. Let's talk about it. You can find Roram streaming with this and so many other creative decks at twitch.tv/RoramPlays. For this list, we need Skaar. Ares or Cull can be Typhoid Mary, but at that point, we're adding Enchantress and Luke Cage. Kate Bishop can be Nebula or a 1-drop. You do need it to be a 1-drop if you're running Cull Obsidian. Sam can be Armor. And at first, I'm like, what the hell is Sam doing here, right? Sam only has one real synergy here. That makes any sense. Sam, well, I guess two synergies. One, it can fill a lane for the Thing. Two, it makes Thing's skill, Thing for Step skill, cost 1 cheaper. Surtur can be Juggernaut. Surtur's fine in this, right? Surtur's sort of bad in the Doom versions because you always want to play Doom into Agatha on turn 2 into 3 with those. But for this Thing version, you can often get Surtur down on 3, so he's significantly better in this version than that one. And then Sasquatch is really good, but Sasquatch can totally be She-Hulk. Actually, I bet you Sasquatch could be, even though it doesn't have the Scar synergy, Mockingbird too. So Squirrel Girl gives you lots of opportunities to play Cull Obsidian and some extra protection. It's just a nice card to have access to. Mr. Fantastic First Steps is in this and so many other decks because he's broken. He's the best card in Marvel Snap. Sam Wilson, we talked about his use on the previous slide, but if you missed it, he fills for the Thing while also discounting Thing's spell. Kate Bishop gives you some 1-drops. Again, those 1-drops are very important because we are a Cull Obsidian deck. Cosmo offers some frustration to opponents and protection for your big cards from Shang-Chi, Shadow King. Surtur gets big. You play it right on turn 2. You play Surtur on turn 2. And then you play Ares, and then you play Atuma and Cull and Sasquatch, and then you have a free Skaar and a stupidly big Surtur. Ares, because you're running so many 10s and you're not running like Agatha pulling some out of the deck, is almost always a 4/12, although again, be careful of Shadow King. Atuma is big and helps you deal with some of the clog that's floating around. Cull Obsidian is 4/10 and easy to play. The Thing you can play on turn 4, which means he will be a 10 before turn 6 when you play Skaar. You're not playing a ton of stuff usually to make Sasquatch cheap, but if you start missing, you can often just go like a couple arrows and like a Sam, a couple arrows and a Fantastic, and then you end up with like a 3/10. That's a good place to be. And then Skaar is like a 1 to free 12. And that's just good stats. Turn 1 Kate if Cull over Fantastic over Sam. Turn 2 Surtur. Turn 3 Ares or a 4/10. Turn 4 Thing. Turn 5 we play a 4/10. We're happy to play Thing if we must. Then turn 6 Sasquatch and Skaar. And then we are done. It's just that simple. Really, really powerful list. You drop a ton of points on people's faces, and then they cry and lose. Very fun, very powerful. You fit the Thing's skill and ability in when you can. He plays, as generally speaking, either a 5/18 or a 5/20. Adding a 5/18 or a 5/20 to an idiot's deck is more points than a lot of things in Marvel Snap can deal with. Before we go forward, please hit that sub button, like, and a comment if you are so inclined. We give you more Marvel Snap content than anyone. This is a second video day. I'm not actually sure when I'm posting this, I'm not going to lie, but this is a second video in a day. We post 2 videos some days. We give you the best decks before anyone else gets to them. So please make sure you stay tuned for that. Our next deck is the strangest and coolest of the decks in this video. It's the one that's on the thumbnail. If you're new here, the thumbnail video deck is almost always the second deck of the video. It's an Arnim Zola Gamora Black Panther Phoenix Force with Herbie because we need extra energy sometimes because this is awkwardly costed. I know that there's other versions of this round. I know our friend Philip Rakovich, a major tournament Marvel Snap player, has been playing a Carnage version of this, but Herbie's kind of broken. If you haven't noticed, if you don't know, if you're like not paying enough attention, that's cool. Herbie is the best champion. It's not particularly close. He is utterly amazing and broken. Cool. This list puts up a ton of points. If your opponent cannot counter you with Shang-Chi and Shadow King, you almost always win. Excuse me. Let's go forward. You get to make stupidly big Wongs and Herbies and stupidly big Sages and all sorts of fun stuff. You can find Jet at twitch.tv/Jet13. If you're wondering, that is 5 E's. There are 5 of the letter E in Jet's name. This deck needs Phoenix Force, Misery, Kid Omega, and Elixir. Those 4 are required. Elixir is probably the one you're least likely to have. Sorry, I don't know. They released them in weird orders and then made us wait for Kid Omega. Second and Hurt released a great game, but they can still be annoying. Firehair can just be Mr. Fantastic First Steps because he's the best card, and then Sage can be Cassandra Nova or Wolfsbane. Kid Omega gives you a nice, easy destroy. So, especially because you have so much energy, you drop a Sage, you drop a Gamora, you drop a Panther on a Wong. They trigger twice. You just blow them up with Kid Omega. That's it. You can do the same thing with Venom. You can do the same thing with Misery. You want to destroy one of these cards. The beauty of Kid Omega is you keep the power. Venom will also keep the power. If Firehair's out, you get the extra triggers on top of that, too. Don't be afraid to put Firehair on Wong, though. Be careful to do that if you might have to Venom. Firehair is safe from Misery. Once you've destroyed one of these powerful cards, your goal is to bring them back with Elixir and Phoenix Force. It's just kind of that simple. You bring them back with Elixir and Phoenix Force. If it's Phoenix Force, you can move it to a lane where it's alone and you can Zola it. You can also just go Wong, Panther, Zola. Once you play Firehair and you do some destroy shenanigans, once you play Herbie and you do some shenanigans, Herbie can get quite big himself. By playing Herbie's ability on Wong and waiting for him to double, you end up like a 16-20 power Herbie. Also pretty freaking good. That's this list. It puts up a ton of points in a ton of really fun ways. If you want something that's interactive and a blast to play this deck. All right, turn 1 Kid Omega equals Firehair is better than Herbie, generally speaking. Turn 2, we want Sage. We can also just drop the spell if we played Herbie. Turn 3, we're going Wong over Phoenix Force if Sage, and we can destroy Sage here if we want to. Turn 4, we're going Elixir or Phoenix Force if we destroyed Sage, but generally speaking, want Gamora or Panther on Wong. We can also destroy those with Kid Omega. We can Zola them and then bring stuff back to on turn 5. We can destroy Gamora, Panther or Sage. We can sometimes destroy 2 of them. If we can destroy like a Sage and a Gamora or a Sage and Panther, we're really, really cooking. Because what we're going to do then is end the game with Phoenix Force and Elixir and put up 1 billion points. This list is so much fun. Firehair is right now so much fun now that Elixir and Kid Omega are out, and the Phoenix Force versions of this that Jet has created, that Jet has popularized, are real meta decks. Yes, they're vulnerable to Shadow King. You can play around it better than you would ever possibly think or believe. We are giving away a Mr. Fantastic First Step Season Pass this week. You'll have to do a sub, like, and comment. Leave a comment in this video. We'll tell you what comment to leave later, and you can win the free Mr. Fantastic. Also, if you happen to have Mr. Fantastic First Steps, have no fear, dear friends. Have no fear if you own Mr. Fantastic First Steps. We can't gift in game right now, even now. So what you get is a $10 gift card to either Apple or Amazon. So if that sounds good to you, Apple or Play Store. So if that sounds good to you, make sure you sub, like, and comment. Next up, we have SimmoKeen's Splat update. SimmoKeen is not actually a famous player, but there was an archetype that Splat created and had a massive amount of success with for a while. So SimmoKeen tagged me and was like, this is really good. So I played it, and yeah, this is really good. It's another Herbie deck. I'm really sorry. He's just the best champion. Getting extra energy from Herbie, being able to Herbie on Wong, or Herbie spell on Wong, Herbie spell on a Prodigied or Mystiqued Wong is just like a stupidly powerful card. You now have crazy energy and crazy power on that Herbie. And then this deck, because it does Sarah Onslaught stuff, gets to just go off. You can find SimmoKeen at twitter.com/Simmo, SIMMO, Keen. Check him out. I don't know, but hey, props on the really cool deck. Someone should probably tag him on Twitter. I'm not going to. Hopefully he watches the video. This needs Blink and Hitmonkey. Fastos, Prodigy, and Shaw are all totally replaceable. Sage, Wolfsbane, Strong Guy, Shadow King. Pick your poison. Herbie is the champion here. Herbie is an amazing champion, the best. Again, that extra energy on Wong shenanigans, that doubling his power multiple times, you get an absolute crazy amount out of that. Mystique is here almost exclusively for Wong. You can feel free to copy Onslaught if you must. You can copy Sarah once in a blue moon, but you're really trying to copy Wong for it. Surfer buffs your whole board. If you've got multiple Wongs, you're buffing a bunch of your board massive amounts of time. If you manage to get Sarah and Onslaught, very, very popular and possible thanks to Blink and the one less card in your deck, then you should be able to play like an absolute ton of cards with Hitmonkey. Sometimes even Hitmonkey on Wong, which is again buffed by Surfer for a ton of cards. Monger just says, I don't want to deal with junk. Junk is still just prevalent enough to run Killmonger. Can be lots of other cards there. Pick your poison. Bastos gives us extra energy or extra power. We're happy with either one. Prodigy is here to like sort of copy Wong, right? But you don't have to copy Wong with Prodigy. You can copy Surfer, you can copy Monkey, you can copy Fastos, you can copy an Onslaught, a Sarah, whatever you need to. This card gives you that extra copy of. Shaw is stupidly huge. The only way to really buff Shaw is Surfer, but if you do 4 Surfer triggers, you're pretty happy. You can also buff it with Herbie and Herbie's spell. So you end up with these really, really big, really, really fun Shaws. Wong is one of the key cards to the deck because it lets you do a bunch of combos with your Monkey, with your Surfer, and so on. I mean, honestly, it's just Monkey and Surfer and Herbie spell. Sarah makes things cheaper, and then you want to play Onslaught on Sarah to make things stupidly cheaper. Don't be afraid to play Onslaught on Wong. Be a little careful with the board space at that point, but it works perfectly fine as far as doubling Wong. And then Blink helps you get Onslaught. Usually helps you get Onslaught. Can't help you get Sarah too, but usually helps you get Onslaught. Turn 1 Herbie, turn 2 Fastos or Shaw, turn 3 Wong or 3, turn 4 Blink for Onslaught, turn 5 Sarah on Onslaught and some other cards, and then turn 6 you can play everything because everything has a -2 cost. And this deck is largely 3-drops, and then you've won. You can play a 2-cost Wong, and then you can play 4 3-drops, and then you just win. I don't know. It's crazy sauce. You just have so much freaking power with this list. You don't need shenanigans, by the way, to do Sarah Onslaught. You can just play Sarah on 4 and Onslaught on 5, and like go to town, have a great time. This deck is so much power and so much fun. Combo Monkey is bae. Our season pass question. We asked this question already. We're not asking that question again. What do we want our season pass question to be? Let's do free parking. It's been so long since we've done free parking. Free parking means you can say whatever you want. What comments, questions, concerns, thoughts do you have? Watching me record this live on Twitch is Zenade TFT, and he doesn't know this, but we're now going to talk about his deck. This is his version of the Big Dumb Idiots. I realized as I was building this, I didn't feature the Big Dumb Idiots version of the Skaar deck, right? That runs Doom, and that was doing the community a disservice. So here is that list. You can find Zenade at twitch.tv/ZenadeTFT once more. This deck needs Skaar. Starbrand can be Surtur. Ares can be Typhoid Murray. See, told you if you're running the Doom thing, Surtur gets significantly worse, so you might as well just run Juggernaut. Because your turn 2 play is always going to be Doom spell, your turn 3 play, Agatha is going to play herself. Armor and Cosmo are your protector cards. Juggernaut is your late game board thief. Starbrand is just a nice, powerful 3/10. You do want to hit Starbrand with Enchantress at some point. Sometimes you'll have to deal with it, but if you can avoid it, you will. This deck is stupidly powerful, so Ares is usually a 4/12. Enchantress is here for Starbrand and also for anyone who's still playing those first couple days of the game, Mr. Fantastic decks. Utuma helps handle Clog while also being a 4/10. Crossbones can make a lane untouchable. Then we have Doom, who you never want to play. He's here for a spell. Magneto, who is an amazing Clog card on turn 5 and discounts Skaar. Agatha, who gives you basically an extra draw and a turn 3 14 power play. And then, of course, Skaar, who is very often a free 12 or a 1/12 in this list, which is, I don't know, that seems like a good rate for Marvel Snap. Turn 1 Doomspell, turn 2 Agatha, turn 3 a 4/10 or Ares, turn 4 a 4/10, turn 5 we want to play Magneto, and then turn 6 we go Skaar, Juggernaut, Skaar, Enchantress, and then we win the game of Marvel Snap. It's actually not that complicated. Once in a blue moon. Get ready, you'll do a Skaar Doom at the end of the game. But have fun because this is just a shit ton of points. Zenade is the only player I know that's level 30 Sauron Mastery. So this list isn't surprising to see from him, right? This is exactly his area of expertise. Smash you with big shit. We've got 2 smash you with big shit decks in this video. Hopefully you enjoyed that. That's it for today. If you're interested in supporting the channel, please check out patreon.com/snapjudgments. Search your support on our Patreon with honor. Thanks. I'm going to go through these quickly because it is now genuinely super freaking late. Thank you to Jonesy Snap 22, our patron of the month, Abigail Giesland, Mandatory Burnout, Irregardless, LEB, Inc., I Am, Frostman, Hota Nevrete, Prime Ryan, Ryan Burke, Ryan Wood Snap, Ren Renja, Gopher Kev, Keltor, Kertix Lee, Koire, Kazushi, Archangel 3K, Black Dahlia, Pyrofrost, The Goat Seeker, Code, Hollowed, Synth, Vatnik, Absolute Shannon, Nightmare, Dark Moogle, Dirty Casual, Mr. Kerfuffle, Cables, Ginger Prime, Philip Rakovich, Haplo, Kenny Loggins of The Danger Zone, The Bizza, Black Jeebus 23, X-Force V, and Skippy G. Jessica Campbell, sorry Jess, I want to drink a sip of water. King of Bros, bro. The Great Kazoo, Werewolf, KFC Hoda, Glam, Colonel Foreman, Rob Silverman, David G. Wingfield, Steven, Brian Kaufman, Tristan H. Martin, Jason B., Mr. Craig Sterry, Matt V, Corwin, John Q, and Jimmy McHugh, E Stout, ACH, One Big Bad, Mythman for Reals, Cactus Jack, Reapster, Steve-O, 131, Yo Marco, Ted Bro, Quid Pro Joe, Such as Joe, Boombot, Bricks to Click, Green Goblin, Unibot V2, Flan 56, Spectrumix, Hoot, Only Fox, Matt H, DJ Mikey Hijinks, No Frickin' Flex, Nick the Greek Geek, Toxic Soul King, Zodric 74, The King of Canada, JJ, Deadman Falcon, Fall, Thor Newman, Two Ties, Three Lives, The Pirate King Talker, and of course Gunny T, where the T stands for Time's Up. Babies, today's video is over. I don't know if this is video 1 or 2, but we got so many videos coming. Don't stress it. If you want the most Marvel Snap content, keep it here for Snap Judgments. Peace.